forgetting something? I got a feeling that's a phrase I'll be getting a lot of use out of in this house. Aren't you forgetting how the auditions for your class play are tomorrow? The auditions for Mr. What's-His-Face have been going on about for weeks? Well, if that didn't get him to change his tune quick. So, you know, it was a little tricky of me, I suppose, mentioning those auditions. But I really think the best thing he can do at this point is show up to school tomorrow and show those bullies that sticks and stones can break my bones and names can never hurt me. And that's step parenting. Anyway, who ever heard of someone being beaten up because of the color of their hair? Now, I asked him if that was the only reason, and he said that it was. And, well, if that's the only reason, well, I just don't think it's going to happen. So now I turn back into Nicholas, the 12-year-old boy in question. I know I haven't really told you why Ashton Malley wants to beat me up. I mean, I haven't really told anyone, and the reason for that is there's some really embarrassing and also confusing details involved. But I know that I do have to explain that because maybe no one has ever decided to beat you up and make a Facebook event about it, so you're finding this whole situation kind of hard to relate to. And if storytelling is how we make sense of our world, maybe if I tell you about what happened, it'll make more sense to me. Oh, Ashton Malley's birthday happened a little while ago, maybe a month. And he invited all boys in class, except I don't count, so not me. But all the other boys were invited, and they went to the movies to go see one of those dumb movies about men who would rather play video games than have girlfriends. Anyway, I didn't even go see this movie. It had something to do with people having to take a road trip or be chased around in cars because of marijuana. But apparently, there's this one part in it where one of the characters says to one of the other characters, "Turn this car around, or I'm gonna beat you like a red-headed stepchild." I don't know, I guess like you had to be there maybe, but apparently this is highly funny, like this is comedy genius because Ashton Malley and Brian Hillier and Simon S. and Simon C. start quoting it every single day since and laughing. Oh, and they especially like saying it around me because in case you haven't made the connection, I am a redheaded stepchild. Which apparently is this cliche, like which is an expression people use to describe someone who is so unwanted, unloved, and undesirable that you have to beat them. And now, thanks to Marianne and my dad getting married, I am it. I am a living joke. It's not really the beginning, though. Ashton Malley and those guys didn't always used to be my enemies. Things didn't really get this bad until the beginning of grade 6. Kids you haven't seen all summer always look really different in September, right? Like they're taller, or they have a new haircut, but grade 6 is really different. Like suddenly all of the girls wear shirts so that you can see the bra straps underneath, and lots of kids have bleached their hair or have braces, and Ashton Malley is huge now and basically has an entire mustache on his face. And like, we've been having puberty class since grade 4, so we all knew this was coming, but it never really looks the same as those dolls they show you with the Velcro on hair and stuff. And now we have to bring gym clothes and use the change rooms, which is really embarrassing. Like, gym is already embarrassing enough without having to take your clothes off once it's over. So we're all changing after the first gym class of grade 6, and Ashton Malley keeps doing all these stretches like, "Oh, God, I gotta stretch my arms out, right? Which is dumb, because all we done in gym class that day was clean out the equipment room like there wasn't even any exercise. He just wants to show everyone that he has armpit hair now, which no one else really has yet. So I'm sitting down on the bench, and I guess I'm just kind of watching him stretch, and I start thinking about stuff, which means I have to keep sitting for a while. So I pretend I'm just tying my shoes, and like I need to tie them really well for some reason, like extra tight. It was taking a while, because I just really want to wait until everyone else has left before I get up again. And everyone else does leave pretty much, except Ashton Malley, who's still stretching out his arms. "Yeah, I gotta do a lot of stretches now, because when you lift weights, you gotta stretch. And I lift weights now." And I'm like, "Fine, good for you, whatever. I got biceps. Touch my arm, I'll prove it to you." Whatever. So I touch his arm, and he flexes the muscle, I guess. It goes kind of hard. You can't really see anything, but you can sort of feel it, you know? "Pretty sick, huh?" Then he takes out his arm hammer. "I gotta use lots of this stuff, though. Want some?" So I rub his macho deodorant under my arms, even though we hadn't like worked up a sweat or anything, and I don't really need it. "Hey, you don't have any hair yet, do you?" "Not under my arms." "But you got pubes, right?" "Whoa, are they like red?" no, they're chartreuse. But he just looks at me like he obviously does not know that that's a color, so I say, yeah, they're red. Show it to me. And I don't really know what he wants to see or if this is all just some big joke, and I don't even know what to say, and all of a sudden I realized, like, it's gone up again, like I didn't want it to, it just does, like totally without permission, so I think, okay, but I just sit back down and pretend to be tying my shoe again, but I look at Ashton, and his must be up too, because now his pants are kind of pointing at me. I'll show you mine. And now I actually am sweating a bit, so I guess it's good about the Arm & Hammer after all, but I say to him, actually, I think we should go because I really don't want to be late for math. And I turn to leave with my gym bag in front of myself, but he grabs me behind by the shoulders and he says, you better not tell anyone about this or I'll kill you. So that was really nice. After that time in gym class, I noticed Ashton and his friends really started picking on me. You know, pushing me around, stealing